Hi, Wolfpack fans. I'm Jeff Gravely.
I'm Tony Haynes. We're beginning a new era on the Wolfpack Sports Network. Welcome, Matt Chazanow.
The 2024 football season kicks off tonight in Raleigh for the 24th ranked NC State Wolfpack as they host the Western Carolina Catamounts season opener. Great to be back with you, Jeff.
Brand new quarterback, brand new center, brand new running backs, brand new receivers. How do you figure out who's going to do what?
Speaking of new talent, we've got the new voice of the Wolfpack with us. Matt Chazanow is joining us. Matt, welcome to the pack.
Boys, I'm so fired up to be here. I am so excited to be here.
Western Carolina, what to expect from the Catamounts?
They were the #1 offense in the nation in FCS, north of 500 yards a game. The head coach is back. I think it's a Western Carolina team that's about as good as they've ever been preseason. NC State will come out on defense. It is muggy, it is hot, it is 90, should drop down to the 80s. Snap back, first snap of the ball game. Gonzalez is nearly intercepted by Fordham at the 25-yard line as Gonzalez takes a shot, and it's an incomplete pass. It is Grayson McCall, his first snap as the pack signal caller. Deep drop, pats the ball, zips it right, complete, first down. Toe tapper at the 50-yard line. Noah Rogers first grab as a Wolfpack wide receiver on the near side of the field. A gain of 16 yards. And Grayson McCall claps for the ball at the Western 45. Zips it left, it's intercepted. And off to the races down the far sideline. Catamounts have the ball at the 40. McCall, one of the last men to beat at the 20. Chopped down from behind. Justin Jolie saves a touchdown. Gonzalez, he has a decent pocket, backs his way off one of his linemen, rolls out right on a busted play, throws it end zone, touchdown. That's the tight end, Jake Young, at the far side of the left end zone on a broken play, an 8-yard touchdown, and the Catamounts lead it 6-0. Second and 5 at the 30. Snap McCall, they rush now with a snap. He airs it out near sideline, turning, twisting, has it over the 50-yard line. Concepcion and Rogers, short side of the right. Snap McCall, waist-high play fake. Statues, drifts left, locks it, end zone, diving grab, touchdown, Wolfpack, center of the end zone. 17-yard hookup, and it's 7-6 as fireworks fly here in Carter Finley.
Well, you see why Gonzalez was player of the year in their conference last year.
And it's 13-7 Western Carolina with 5 seconds to play in the first quarter.
It was great to see our players, overcome adversity. Obviously, you never know how a game is going to be, but we did get to see a lot of things in that film, on that field, in that locker room. And I think, at the end of the day, you never apologize for winning a football game. Obviously, you'd love to play the way we did in the fourth quarter for 4 quarters, but that's not what happened. And so we were able to really see guys handle adversity, see them overcome things, go through the first game with the iPads, the headset technology. I loved how we finished. 21-0 in the fourth quarter.
Snap to McCall, blitzes up, picked up by Raphael, throws it over the middle, complete. Concepcion keeps his balance, left hand on the turn for the 20, breaks a tackle at the 10, angles in, touchdown, 35 yards, Casey Concepcion, 14:45 to play, and he has dominated this opener tonight. Snap McCall, handoff Waters, he plows to the 5, breaks a tackle, bounces off the 1, muscles his way in, touchdown, Jordan Waters with strength. He bulldozes forward through multiple tackles, and it's a touchdown, NC State, 30-21. Snap turn, give to Waters, breaks through a hole at the 40-yard line, off to the races, 30. Jordan Waters put this one to bed inside the 20. It's a 50-yard Jordan Waters run, and that slams the door on the opener. 37-21. NC State's going to win this Thursday night ball game.
As far as Grayson goes, obviously you never want to see an interception. I thought the way he responded, his next throw was a really nice throw and catch on the sideline down the field and to Wesley. But it's good to see him respond. I love the way he manages things, the way he communicates on the sideline, his competitive spirit. I mean, he was 65% in his completion rate, which is a pretty solid day. I know for him, there's some throws that a little more accurate on a couple passes, and he's got a 400-yard-plus day. And so things for him to work on.
Hello and welcome in. He is Matt Chazanow. I'm Tony Haynes. All right, let's talk about Grayson McCall, NC State quarterback. You know, I remember interviewing him after the opener against Western Carolina. And you could tell from his comments and just the look on his face, he was disappointed in the way he played. I mean, it really wasn't that bad. I think he's 26 of 40 for 318 yards, and he did make some plays. But it just shows you, when you got a 6-year quarterback who's had so much success, he has very, very high expectations, and you can tell he's a little bit hard on himself.
Yeah, Johnny Evans was referencing first half of the game, especially first quarter of the ball game. He sailed some throws, and you know, McCall comes here with a 69.9% career completion percentage. And he had one of the great seasons in college football history in 2021. The highest ever in terms of, you know, college QB rating, if you will. They call it efficiency rating, right? And I think that when you look at McCall, the expectation, and his expectation is pinpoint accuracy and precision. He didn't quite have that in the first quarter, and I think he essentially was saying that.
Pulse of the Pack is sponsored in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of built Ford tough. See your Ford dealer today and celebrate leadership with special offers on Ford F-Series.
These mascots represent some of the most heated rivalries in college sports. What could possibly bring them all together? Everyone agrees on the best team in smart home security. CPI.
From protecting your teeth and gums, to restoring your smile, to sponsoring your local team, Tar Heel Periodontics is the premier periodontal practice of the Triangle community. Our team of highly skilled doctors provide dental care as individual as you are, working with you to build a personalized treatment plan to create the beautiful, healthy smile of your dreams. With offices conveniently located across the Triangle and Central North Carolina, you're never far from the Tar Heel Periodontics family. Visit our website or call now.
This segment of Pulse of the Pack is presented by Coca-Cola.
I think that's what makes college football interesting these days, especially these early season games, because so many teams, there's a newness to the personnel with the transfer portal. You're not seeing as many teams have a defensive group or an offensive group that most of them have been together for 3 or 4 years because of the portal. You're plugging holes. NC State has 42 new players on the roster this year. And I think for a lot of teams, because of that, it's just like the basketball season. We've seen it with NC State's last 2 basketball games. It took a while for those guys to kind of figure it out, the chemistry part of it. And some of that, I think, has migrated over to football. And you got so many guys who played their first game at Carter Finley Stadium on Thursday night against Western Carolina with new teammates. And I think it's going to be a process for a lot of teams early in the season.
It's also a huge credit to Kerwin Bell and Western Carolina.
Yes.
They did something that Grayson said to you directly post-game that I think needs to be highlighted.
The entire defensive package the Catamounts ran was not on film.
No.
It's a game one, brand new package they laid out. So Grayson's going out there with, like you said, a lot of new personnel in terms of a game, brand new. Guys, he hadn't taken a snap from Zeke Correll in a game, and he hadn't handed it off to Jordan Waters in a game, and he hadn't thrown to Noah Rogers. And so I think he was dealing with a lot of information, and not to mention the 56 919 that are in there, and I can say as the new guy, very impressive and really, really loud and fun, and it's a lot.
And that's the importance of having a veteran quarterback, because they're less likely to panic. You have a young quarterback who's going to be kind of robotic. He's going to trust his preparation. Defensive coaches or the offensive coaches with the scout team, you go through the reps, you look at the defense that you think you're going to get and the looks you're going to get and the coverages. And all of a sudden you go out there first snap, wait a minute, we did not practice against that. A young quarterback is going to panic when that happens, and then panic leads to mistakes. Now, Grayson did have an early interception in the game, only the 15th of his career, by the way. So he still got 91 touchdown passes and 15 interceptions, which is staggering. But older players, older quarterbacks, they're not going to panic when they see something different, and they're able to absorb information quickly. So they get over there after a couple of series, and the offensive coaches, okay, they're explaining this is what they're doing. No, we didn't practice against that. But again, they're able to take in that information quickly and make the necessary adjustment.
The former Coastal Carolina transfer portal quarterback, he's going to be the guy at NC State.
He's already shown the level that he is capable of playing at.
You're not going to win 3-time Conference Player of the Year unless you are that guy.
I think NC State fans should be thrilled with getting him.
Big get for the Wolfpack.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. He's a competitor. He's really, really tough. But this guy is a complete quarterback.
My name is Grayson McCall. I play quarterback at NC State.
Thrown for over 10,000 yards in his career. 18 rushing touchdowns going back to him being a dual threat.
I think I play with a sense of grit out on the field.
Fly around, baby, have a day.
I think it reflects my style of play on the field on Saturdays.
Yeah, I saw Grayson's leg sleeve.
The lighthouse, the sword, North Carolina State outline.
He has a tattoo that says bet on yourself.
That's always been my mindset, my motto. No matter what obstacles you're facing in life, bet on yourself and have that confidence and go after it.
Let's have ourselves a day, baby.
A great day, dude.
It feels good out here, don't it?
What's up, Cap?
Baby. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, baby.
College football's changing daily, but the amount of change in the last few years is different. Therefore, everybody's path as players might be different.
What a day, what a day.
And some guys that might have the talent to be a 3-and-out type of guy. Some guys might be their 6th year in college football, but everyone's journey is different.
Let's have a little juice today, 56.
My timeline's a little bit different than a lot of other guys. My story's been a little bit different. Kind of that underdog story, came out with 3 or 4 offers, a bunch of small schools.
Yeah, so this guy right here, a lot of people don't know what that is. That is Sean Clear. That was my mascot at Coastal Carolina.
My time at Coastal Carolina was so great. 3-time Player of the Year in the Sun Belt, 3 consecutive years in a row. I mean, I think that's pretty special in itself.
That just tells me he puts in the work. Obviously, that doesn't just come by having talent. You have to put in a lot of hard work to get there.
At the end of the day, it was just football, and I kind of fell in love with the process of preparing for games and going out there and winning big games.
I think you always want to see the proof in the pudding. When you're able to recruit a guy that has accomplished what he's accomplished, I mean, that's just so important.
That's the thing you fall in love with this game is the process. You learn to not love the destination as much as you do the journey, because that's where all the hard work is put in, that's where all the memories are made.
These mascots represent some of the most heated rivalries in college sports. What could possibly bring them all together? Everyone agrees on the best team in smart home security. CPI.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of built Ford tough. See your Ford dealer today and celebrate leadership with special offers on Ford F-Series.
From protecting your teeth and gums, to restoring your smile, to sponsoring your local team, Tar Heel Periodontics is the premier periodontal practice of the Triangle community. Our team of highly skilled doctors provide dental care as individual as you are, working with you to build a personalized treatment plan to create the beautiful, healthy smile of your dreams. With offices conveniently located across the Triangle and Central North Carolina, you're never far from the Tar Heel Periodontics family. Visit our website or call now.
In the recruiting process, it was a little weird. You're coming in on all these visits and you're kind of meeting new guys, and Zeke Correll and Jordan Waters were kind of in the same process as me.
I'd heard of him before, and I saw he had a sweet mullet, so I knew that was someone I could probably count on. I got a chance to talk to him on my official. You know, me and Grayson kicked it off really well right when he got here.
I think Zeke was the first one to commit, and so then he started, recruiting me. And
then I ended up texting him. I know our coaches were saying, like, he wants to come here, he's not really sure yet. I was leaving a little bit of breadcrumbs for him, trying to, swing him this way, because I knew that's a guy that we would need for our team.
Obviously, I made the decision to come here, and then it was like we were both recruiting Jordan to get here, and it was just kind of a team effort.
Right when Grayson got here, he took the offensive line out for steaks, so immediately put him in good favor in my eyes. Got a big juicy ribeye.
I go to Ray's, Perry's, or Capitol Grill uptown.
That's a guy that wants to take care of his big guys with the guys that are protecting him.
We're out trying to go eat tomorrow.
I knew that was a guy that I'd love playing football with.
I'm gonna ask you every week what that tattoo on your calf means, just because you told me.
It's for good vibes, Coach.
Okay, I got you.
This one we talked about a little bit. It's a blackjack cards with some poker chips for the analogy to always bet on yourself, so love that one. Let's host a laser show today. Laser show. Welcome to the laser show.
This guy is a complete quarterback.
Hey now. Hey now. The laser show, man. Holy cow.
He's a competitor. He's really, really tough, and he's a confident guy. He believes in his abilities. He believes in himself.
Let's see if it carries over to team period.
I think I play with a sense of grit out on the field. Always that chip on my shoulder.
When it's time to make his money, when it's time to make that big play, he's going to be the guy that believes in himself to get it done.
Fly around, baby. Have a day. Fly around.
It's something I truly believe in. No matter what somebody thinks of you, if you believe deep down in yourself that you can do something, you can go do anything you want.
Grayson, talk about what it's like being in a new program and you're being tasked as a leader. What does that mean to you?
It's refreshing to be in a new spot. The transition was really smooth, and those guys kind of showed me how we do it in Raleigh. Now it's my responsibility to come in every day and lead the guys.
Where the camera at? Don't worry about it. Right there? Don't worry about it.
He's my favorite quarterback, G2.
I'm not sure Grayson has ever been the new guy anywhere, even when he is the new guy, because his personality is so engaging.
I'm excited for this drill today. I love football, though. Football's fun.
You feel like you know him the first time you've met him.
I like it. Good timing. I like it. It's a great spot. Great spot.
The way he reaches out to the other quarterbacks is where I first noticed it.
Good job, CJ. Good job.
But it's that way throughout the team.
Hey, you got to find a way to get 47 the ball today.
Whenever I think of my role on the team, just being the guy that people can look to.
Stay wide, don't go upfield, and just get your eyes back to me.
Just setting the example with my actions each and every day.
So you can still get your width, but I'm going to stop you before you get to him, you know what I mean?
He's got to take charge. He's got to be someone that's poised, someone that we can rely on.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's got to be someone that has his head screwed on tight, and Grayson's exactly that guy.
Hey, we got to go, we got to go. Finish!
Grayson has done a great job stepping into that leadership role and really being a voice for this team.
Here we go. Big O, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go.
It is a Thursday opener here to this 2024 season against the Western Carolina Catamounts. The Wolfpacks ranked 24th in America.
Hopes are high, and so are expectations, and it doesn't look like Coach Dorn or his team are going to run away from them.
I've heard all about the environment that Carter Finley brings and the fans here, and so I can't wait. It's going to be electric Thursday night, week 1, Western Carolina.
We're going to see the debut of that newly put together NC State offense tonight.
There's a lot of talent in those red jerseys, so we'll see what happens here.
It's probably the most talented offense I've ever been a part of. I'm just really excited, put on a good show for the fans, but more importantly, take care of business as an offense and really see that work come to fruition this year.
Rips left, lofts it, end zone, diving grab, touchdown Wolfpack! It's Grayson McCall's first Wolfpack touchdown pass.
I think he believes in this program and Coach Doran.
Touchdown, Casey Concepcion!
And I think he knows that he can come in here and accomplish all his goals.
He's much more accurate. He looks more comfortable. He looks like the quarterback that we expected him to look.
That's always been my motto, just bet on myself. I got one last shot at this thing, so I'm all in, and it's paid off so far. I just got to be consistent and keep it rolling.
NC State starts off 2024 1-0, a 38-21 final, and Grayson McCall is 1-0 as an NC State starter.
Hey, it was awesome, baby. Good to get a win. Go Pack.
This one right here, I don't know if you can see it. It's that way so that I can see it. To always give myself a fresh memory to chase my dreams. Obviously I chased my dreams this far, and it's gotten me to this point in my life.
I asked Coach Doran before the game, in the pregame show, I said, is this halftime more impactful than typical halftimes? Is any halftime that way now? You've got headset communication, tablets. Let's not also forget the clock runs differently after first downs. You've got a 2-minute timeout late in each half. So it's a different way to facilitate the game for all, right? And they came out of halftime and did exactly what you want, especially in the fourth quarter. They wore them down. That was a Western Carolina team that got worn down.
I think first games are really scary for every team. As much as you think you know what you're going to get, you don't always know, especially if there's been some coaching turnover on the other side, and they had that at Western Carolina. So you can go back and you can look at what Western was doing defensively last year, but maybe it doesn't matter because their coaching staff on that side of the ball has changed a little bit. Then if NC State's coaches, okay, what did this coach do when he coached at such and such? So you're going to go in a game like that, a first game like that. You don't really have film on those guys. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty, and probably more than any other game. That first game, coaches are feverishly making more adjustments on the sidelines maybe than they typically would as we get towards the middle of the season.
Pulse of the Pack is sponsored in part by Carolina Ford Dealers. See your Carolina Ford dealer, proud sponsor of NC State Athletics.
From protecting your teeth and gums, to restoring your smile, to sponsoring your local team, Tar Heel Periodontics is the premier periodontal practice of the Triangle community. Our team of highly skilled doctors provide dental care as individual as you are, working with you to build a personalized treatment plan to create the beautiful, healthy smile of your dreams. With offices conveniently located across the Triangle and Central North Carolina, you're never far from the Tar Heel Periodontics family. Visit our website or call now.
These mascots represent some of the most heated rivalries in college sports. What could possibly bring them all together? Everyone agrees on the best team in smart home security. CPI.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. See your Ford dealer today and celebrate leadership with special offers on Ford F-Series.
Pulse of the Pack is sponsored in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's talk about you.
Oh, goodness.
Early in your
not my
NC
favorite
State
topic.
broadcasting career, what's it been like for you? For us, I know the other members of the crew, it's been a seamless transition.
Well,
what do you think?
I love to hear that. I had a blast. I had the time of my life. And in some ways, it's as you well know, you put the headset on and you do this thing, and it is this creative act that to some degree is, I hate to use the word selfish, but it's personal. You're putting yourself out there and you're doing this thing, and it's a new environment. And I feel if you and Johnny Evans and Dave Maudlin and Gravely and Sanders and our whole crew, including Francis Combs and Howard Baum, and I think it's beautiful that they've been here nearly 6 decades. I love it. If you guys all feel encouraged and empowered and confident, then you can feel it, right? And I think people feel as much as they remember what you say.
So at what point in life did you decide you wanted to become a play-by-play announcer?
I was always that little kid with the TV muted calling the game. So, and that's been forever. And I always listened, always. Walking around the house, I'd put the game on the radio and I would watch passively and I would almost listen more intently. So that was always going on. I'd walk around with those little cassette recorders? No. Sure, that you plug in and
I still use it.
I thought those were great as a kid. I used to interview my sister and my mom and my dad around the house. And, I used to do play-by-play of traffic as a kid in the back of the car. I would say, like cars passing, like NASCAR, right? So you're in the car. I used to, not knowing anything. I didn't even know it was a job. I really didn't. I went to school. I'm the one guy that went to school that majored in broadcast that didn't know it was a major. And it all worked out. I was that guy. I then knew in a more formal, like substantive sense when I dove into it, late in college, like junior, senior year, I got a lot of really positive feedback. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And then my first game, that's why this is so surreal, that my first game was in Reynolds. Then the first thing I ever did was here at NC State. So it's just awesome.
I noticed you got to that Western Carolina game very early. I mean, did you lose sleep the night before? Was it hard closing your eyes and relaxing?
I was excited. I'm not going to lie and say I couldn't sleep and twisting and turning and I was up at 2 a.m. and anxious and nervous. It was more excitement than anything else. I just was... I feel really grateful for the opportunity. I really do. And I think that came across in an extra 30 minutes of a weather delay.
Well, based on what we've seen early in the season, I think it's going to be a zany 2024 in college football.
The college football committee's ranking comes out like week 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the one that decides the seeding. This is not for drumming up interest, support, and controversy like the AP and coaches polls are.
If you lose a non-conference game at the beginning of the year, it's not necessarily a crushing blow.
You're still in it. You're still in it, and you should be still in it. If Tennessee and NC State go to, triple overtime, pure hypothetical, right? But should not end their season in terms of aspirations if they have a fantastic rest of the season. And now that's not the case, right? And that's a good thing.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
He's Chaz. I'm Tony Haynes. Thanks for joining us.